Hi guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new, remember to subscribe so you get notifications in your feed, otherwise you won't get those. And if you're not, welcome back. Great to see you again. Now, what is going on right now is, to be honest, it's really pretty crazy, very, very interesting, and I think very telling of what's going to happen in the very, very soon, immediate future. Xpeng sales are up by almost 500%. Yep, that's correct. Versus the month of May last year, the month of May this year is up 484%. I think it's pretty safe to say that they sold 5 times as many vehicles in May last year as they did this year. Well, have a look at Xpeng's share price. Their share price has almost doubled. For some reason, Xpeng's share price in May dipped all the way down to a pretty insane $23. And as a result of this news, and I think other news, their share price is now up at $38. So really impressive results for these guys. And this should help them. I mean, maybe they'll be able to raise more cash here to start building out more vehicle supply. Because you can clearly see there is huge demand for Xpeng's vehicles, particularly the P7, which sold almost 3,800 units in the month of May. So Xpeng reported 5,686 electric car deliveries in May, which is 484% more than a year ago, and their third best monthly result ever. So Xpeng is quite happy about this result, especially about the sales of its P7 flagship, which noted 3,797 units. Now, for those of you who don't know, Xpeng is a premium vehicle manufacturer similar to Tesla and also to NIO. So obviously the market they're going after is much, much smaller. You look at the Chinese electric car market, really, the Wuling Gong EV for $5,000, they're selling 30,000 of those a month, and they'd sell more if they could make them, because obviously the budget end of the market in China is much bigger than the premium end. The premium end probably only makes up about 5% of the market, maybe less than that, in fact. So these sales are actually even more remarkable. You have to compare them to a company like, say, Mercedes, not to a company like Toyota, because they're not in the niche of Toyota. So the most important factors that I think drove sales up in the month of May were the fact they had the P7 Wing Edition and the lithium-ion phosphate-powered G3 and P7 versions. Now, it's not just this, but I think that there's also the reality is that Xpeng are obviously ramping up production. I personally think demand is not a problem at all, and it never has been, well, at least not for the past 6 months. The most likely issue that Xpeng are facing is simply being able to build enough cars to satisfy market demand. So Xpeng offers 2 models, the P7 and the G3, and the P7, like I said, sold 3,797 vehicles in the month of May. We can't compare that to May last year because it didn't exist in May last year. And the Xpeng G3 sold 1,889 vehicles, which is up 94% over May last year. What about cumulative sales for the year? Well, cumulative sales for the year are almost as impressive as what May was. The P7 has sold 14,776 vehicles in Q1 this year, and the G3 has sold 9,407. That gives them a total of 24,173 vehicle sales, which means they're up 427% year over year. Now, what's going to happen if we see another 427% increase of their cars in the first quarter of 2022? Well, we're going to see how many sales is that going to equate to? That's going to be 100,000 vehicle sales in the first quarter of 2022. Do I think that'll happen? Yep, I'm going to put it out there. My prediction is that Xpeng will sell 100,000 vehicles in the first quarter of 2022. People really just don't realize what's happening right now. They don't realize that people don't want ICE vehicles. They don't. They're seen as old tech. They're seen as Nokias. They're seen as, an old BlackBerry phone with buttons all over them. That's what they are. They're old tech. Electric vehicles are so much more, they're just so much better. So much better. So we're going to see exponential growth, guys, and not linear growth for Xpeng over the next decade. Now, what's going to be interesting is the launch of the new P5. We'll have to wait till the fourth quarter of 2021 for the P5. But the P5 could really make a huge difference to Xpeng's sales. Having a third model is going to make a huge difference to their end of year sales figures. Now, maybe it won't make a huge difference to 2021, but for 2022, it's going to be massive. Now, the LFP version of the Xpeng P7, called the rear-wheel drive standard range smart trim, quite a long name there, starts in China at $36,000 after subsidies. The 60.2 kilowatt hour battery capacity translates to an NEDC range of 480 kilometers or 300 miles. So you're talking about 400 kilometers of real world range for $36,000. You can see it's well priced. It's got quite a nice interior. It's really more of quite a premium looking car. Now, the long range battery NCM chemistry, 70.8 kilowatt hour version, a 17.6 bigger battery with obviously NCM chemistry, not lithium iron phosphate, has a range of 586 kilometers or 364 miles on the NEDC standard, which means it's up 22% in range compared to the lithium iron phosphate version. So you're going to get about a 500 kilometer real world range from the P7, which is, I think, a really good range. It's the kind of range that you don't need more than that, realistically, do you? Now, that version of the car only costs an additional $3,000, $39,162, or only 8.7% more. Now, I think you'd have to be crazy to go with the lithium iron phosphate smaller battery version. I mean, it's 10 kilowatt hours smaller, and obviously the battery, it's not going to give you as much range. $3,000 and you're getting a car, a really good premium, $39,000, and you're getting a really premium car here with a 500 kilometer range. Now, don't tell me I'm sounding salesy, because I'm not. If I state facts, I'm stating facts. The fact is, $39,000 for the P7. If they can sell this car in Europe, it's going to sell really well. Okay, sales figures, like I said, I see their sales going up by a factor of 5 next year. I think May next year, maybe, okay, let's be conservative, guys. Let's say a factor of 4. They're going to have a new model on the market. They've only just brought out a new model. Basically, they're tripling the number of models. So I can see their sales 4xing in the same quarter next year, giving us a total of, like I said, 100,000 sales in the first quarter of 2022. So should you invest in the stock? Well, I think, unfortunately, we've just missed this bubble. I mean, the stock's almost doubled in the last month. So there's still a long way to go. And if you like the company, definitely worth a good look. Guys, thanks for watching the video. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Exciting times. Good night. Bye-bye.